Hello king or queen, or if you don't pick a side, royalty. My name is Dom, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how to stop spiraling, or at least how I stop spiraling. So my definition of spiraling is basically when one thing happens that you perceive as negative, and then it just feels like your whole life just keeps snowballing into something that's just like bigger than what it initially started as. As soon as I feel like I've lost control, I just do everything in my power to grasp it again, to feel like I have some type of control, but it ends up making the situation worse. So basically these are going to be some tips on how to, try to stop spiraling. So my first piece of advice is the easiest. It would be to take a deep breath and just to collect yourself and understand that right here in this moment, you're not making anything worse. So the second thing I would say is to, after you've taken that breath and after you've taken that moment to yourself, really ask yourself the important questions like, what is it that I'm afraid of? What is it that I need? Those two questions were really important to me because it helped me focus on what it was that I was really trying to get by controlling a situation. And the most important thing is getting to the root of the issue and not just the surface level. Because if you solve the surface level issue, then the problem is going to persist. But truly ask yourself, what do I need? What I found personally was that I needed self-love. Everything else that was going on around me was a reflection of me not feeling self-love as a whole. And so I was seeking it externally. And when I wasn't getting it externally, I felt like it didn't exist, like it wasn't there. But what I really wanted was just to feel love. I asked myself, I was literally crying. I was like, what do I want? What do I need? And I just said, I just want love. I just want attention. I just want affection. I just want appreciation. I just want validation. I just want, peace. And then I realized that everything I listed was something that I could give to myself. And it was a very simple request. So I started there, and it actually lightened my mood. Another thing I asked was, what am I afraid of? Which is an important question because it kind of helps you to understand why you've taken the steps that you have up until this point. So I asked myself that, what am I afraid of? And I guess my answers were rejection, abandonment, things like that, things along those lines. As you go deeper into those questions, you start to see why it is that you are afraid of those things and what it is that you need. It's because I just wanted love and I wanted affection, and I thought that those things, I needed to get those things from outside, that I was afraid of abandonment and I was afraid of rejection because that meant that I wouldn't be able to get those things. But it wasn't true for me because I can give myself those things. The next thing that I did was, after understanding my actions, understanding the motivation behind my actions, I apologized for the way that I went about the situations that I created. Now, if there's a situation where you feel like you justly responded to something, like you had every right to respond to the situation the way that you did, do not apologize. However, I personally felt like I was going about it from a place of fear, from a place of lack, and I was creating so much tension because I was scared. And because I felt this way, and I just felt like it wasn't necessary for me to put someone else in that situation. So I apologize. But I think the most important part about this is to forgive yourself first. Before you even send the message, before you even make the call, apologize, make amends, but forgive yourself first, because the point of it is to understand that you are able to validate yourself and that you are making these steps for yourself. And if you apologize seeking forgiveness from someone else, then it might continue the spiral. It might make you feel worse, like, oh, I apologized to so-and-so for this, but they still didn't forgive me. I'm still not good enough, you know what I mean? But truly forgive yourself. Truly see, okay, I did this because I was scared. I did this because I didn't know, and now I do. And so I'm apologizing for it, but I also forgive myself. And I think that's a very important part. Those are some things to get out of the spiral, but moving forward, we want to make sure that we stay out of a spiral so that we don't fall back into patterns that got us into the spiral in the first place. So What I like to do is something called practicing mental hygiene. And it's literally just like dental hygiene, it's just like personal hygiene. It's just making sure that you keep your mental space clean and clear on a regular basis. The ways that I do that personally are through meditation, journaling, just observing my thoughts in general. That helps me to keep mental hygiene, and I try to do that daily. And just like dental hygiene, you want to make sure that this is a regular practice so that, it doesn't build up, it doesn't become something that is unbearable, because usually the spiral is happening because we let things go on too far unchecked or unaddressed, and it gets worse over time because we're not addressing it. And you have to make sure you mentally clean your space regularly so that you don't have to go through such big, moments of where it blows up in your face and you realize, if I just dealt with this when the problem first started, it would have been easier. Now, not to say that, it's too late for you, because sometimes we're in a spiral because it has gotten to that point, and just like, I'm gonna keep using this dental hygiene and analogy, just like a cavity, you know, I'm not a dentist, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I think what I'm about to say is gonna make sense, but I'm not 100%. But when you have a cavity, they take out the part of your tooth that is rotten, and they drill that out, and then they fill it. It's not too late. Or they get rid of the tooth. Same thing with your mental health. If there's something that is rotten in your head, in your thoughts, you address that issue. Either you throw it out, or you shave off the parts that don't work for you, and then you fill it with something else that makes sense to you, something else that helps you. And so essentially, it's really never too late to practice mental hygiene, and a little bit goes a long way. And if you practice on a day-to-day basis, it's less buildup that you have to deal with at the end of a week or at the end of a month. If you periodically throughout the day, you check in with yourself. How am I feeling? What do I need? A simple question like, what do I need? I oftentimes need patience for myself, and as soon as I ask myself that, I'm able to give myself that, and then I'm a lot more calm, I'm a lot more at peace after that, after giving myself what I need. I really hope this video was helpful to you. I myself am literally I can't even actually say that I'm out of a spiral, but I definitely feel like I'm in a better place than I was a few days ago, and I just feel like with these steps, I can continue to be better and better every day. And so I just wanted to share that with you, because I know that when you're in a situation, when you're in a certain mindset, it feels like you are stuck, and it feels like there's nothing else you can do. But you are not alone, and I hope that my experiences and my input can help you genuinely. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.